kinder world starts with being kind to yourself. Choose kind.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You already know what it is. You have just entered the war zone. Now, boy, we have a few things that we're going to talk about, right? We're going to get right to it. We're going to rap about what's going on with the Burka ban epidemic that's going on right now in Europe, right? And I believe that is very substantial to talk about and cover because it's going to come a point in time, I believe, that America will be following suit in banning the burqa. Now, I have a few clips I want to show you about that. And we're also going to talk about what's going on with Hassan Campbell. Okay. I want to talk about what's going on with Hassan Campbell and also the trickery and the manipulation from the Biden administration. I have compiled together a group of videos to show you briefly how Biden and his administration completely fooled you into thinking that there was a or not a border crisis when there actually was. So we're going to get into that also. We're going to get into that. So what we're going to talk about right now is you have Portugal, you have Italy, and you also have the UK who have started putting together a burqa ban epidemic. Okay. And I believe that this is what is coming and on the rise for America. Okay. Let's jump into this real quick.
These progressive countries can ban the burqa, the niqab, and all face coverings in the United Kingdom too. The burqa, the niqab. Portugal, France, Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, Denmark, and Bulgaria, among others, with Italy looking set to follow in the coming months as well. Well, I think it's time we joined these progressive countries and banned the burqa, the niqab, and all face coverings in the United Kingdom too. Portugal's parliament has just approved a bill prohibiting face veils worn for gender or religious reasons in public spaces. Violators face fines of up to €4,000. The legislation argues that concealing the face fosters exclusion and inferiority, particularly for women, and clashes, of course, with core Western values like liberty, equality, and human dignity. And Portugal is simply joining a growing list of these European nations who see the burqa as a tool of oppression and simply incompatible with the core values of their long-living countries. This isn't limited to Western Christian majority countries, though. Even nations like Egypt, Morocco, Syria, Tunisia, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan, all countries with over 90% Muslim populations, have enacted partial prohibitions driven by concerns over secularism and the need for facial recognition in the security of their countries. Across Europe, left-wing parties have resisted these measures as tough as they can, such as the left-wing group in Portugal, who have labelled the proposed ban as xenophobic. But this is the classic hypocrisy of the left, isn't it? They claim to champion feminism and women's rights equality, but yet they defend men entering women's toilets, and they stay completely mute on the systematic oppression of women in the Middle East. The truth is, Britain is lagging behind on this issue. In a nation where women have battled relentlessly for legal equality and only got the right to vote less than 100 years ago, let's not forget, we cannot tolerate the resurgence or the entrenchment of religious oppression on any woman in our society. It is simply un-British, isn't it? Face coverings aren't just a religious issue plaguing us, though, are they? Experts and law enforcement in the United States have warned that they erect a physiological barrier, granting wearers a sense of anonymity that emboldens crime. Well, research from the pandemic era underscored this. Masks reduce perceived detection risks, facilitating offences like street robberies and shoplifting. And in Los Angeles alone, crimes involving masked suspects surged nearly fivefold from March to October 2020 compared with 2019, with sharp
Now, revolutionary, he just mentioned that in LA, the surge went up when the COVID epidemic was going on. The surge went up in crimes in LA. Now I know you out in LA. Did you kind of feel any reverberation from those crimes that are statistically documented?
I felt like the crime rate was actually going down.
Like, did you hear about a lot of crimes, going on?
No, I kind of thought the crime rate was going down, not only not only LA, but like places like Chicago, Baltimore. I from what I've heard and seen, the streets was actually much safer. So I don't know what
you talking about when they were wearing the mask?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a peak where crime went up, but then it shot down dramatically. Like,
so the burkas are, they are very, very, very different. I have been driving by and just seeing many people walking around with looks like ski masks to me, right? And it's like, wow, if we had actual tension with these people on a heightened basis, it's like, wow, these people, it's like they can conceal themselves, very easily. It's like, how the gang members, right? Bloods and Crips. It's like you can identify a Blood and Crip, right? It's like a lot of times by the colors that they wear and things like that, the way they move. But this is a different type of style of an enemy. If it is going to be an enemy.
that's fact. I mean, they blend in. We can't identify them like how we can identify your typical gang in America just by colors and the shit they wear. So they want to blend in like civilians, but they are committing the biggest crimes.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's Brothers of Italy party proposes a burqa ban. According to the draft law, the clothing obstructs facial recognition in public places. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's Brothers of Italy party proposes a burqa ban. According to the draft law, the clothing obstructs facial recognition in public places, schools, offices, and commercial areas. Officials insist it protects Italian identity and women's freedom without restricting religious rights. The proposals come amid growing tensions over the increasingly visible presence of the Islamic faith in Italy. The country's Islamic associations estimate that around 2 million Muslims live in Italy, many of them foreign workers and their families. The US-based Pew Research Center estimated 5 years ago that Italy was home to nearly 3 million Muslims, around 5% of the population. Muslim groups say Italy's punitive approach to Islamic veils would not promote religious harmony. Instead, it may risk alienating Muslims.
According to this law, you cannot go around wearing a face cover, whatever kind of face cover. The point is, covering your face, it is against the law. And this is one set of issues. It is a security issue. You need to be identified at any moment when you are in the street. The other set of issues this law proposal is covering is the transparency of funding of masjids in Italy.
This is crazy.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it.
People who do not comply with the ban in Bulgaria face fines of up to $860.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it. First, go.
Look, that was Bulgaria. This is Australia.
And the burqa in public spaces such as courts and schools.
So Bulgaria, Australia.
Considering a more general ban on state employees wearing the headscarf and other religious symbols. In July 2011, a law banning the full face veil came into effect in Belgium. The law bans
they ban, and was basically what I'm showing you is they're banning the burqa all across Europe right now.
Okay.
All across Europe right now, it's a ban going on, and for these burqas. And I believe, it's rightfully so. It's rightfully, it should be. It should be a ban on, because it's like, all right, so in our nation, right? Our nation, we have 1 million cameras, right? Millions of cameras all around.
Okay.
And the thing is, in the time of tension, right? How is that going to add up when the federal agency want to do investigations on certain groups and things like? How is that going to add up? It just throws a monkey wrench into the already chaotic society we have, to be coming in, knowing that this particular group and party is screaming, do away with America, and it's like you want to let them come in here and flood with masks also. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facial recognition.
The guy in the Brown University, right? Wasn't he masked up all the way?
I didn't catch the details on that until after the end when they found him killed. he was just strolling around. Man, that was crazy.
hmm hmm So yeah, I feel like you know, that type of style is it's fundamentally not feasible for America and sustainable for us to carry on with. I don't think.
And they use their religious beliefs to protect them to carry out terroristic threats. So it's like I see the pros, the cons, but it's like they're using that as a tactic, as a weapon to conceal the identity. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
there's a lot of controversy behind that shit.
yeah. And the thing is, by a lot of Americans starting to understand the importance of what's going on when it comes to this particular group, it's like, they're going to have, it's going to make it much easier for these laws to uh, be uh, adopted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to pass through much easier, for these laws to be adopted. You know, so yeah, I just I don't think, man, I don't think that's going to work, man, because I tell you, I drive by a lot of places and I'm seeing these burgers a lot. I'm seeing a lot, and I'm talking about full mask, covering the face, head to toe. And I feel like at some point Trump is going to adopt, or some senator is going to adopt, bringing into law the banning of the burqas here in America. And the thing is, it's not just the security measure. All right, so the other side of the argument, right, that's coming from the Europeans, they're saying, hey, you are holding women against their will. You are making them feel like they have to do this and wear this, and we talking about from when they're born. So
Yeah.
us as a nation of laws, we don't carry on like that. We don't. That's not a law, and that's actually bringing in Sharia law when we actually let these people come into our country and tell their women that they have to wear this. There's some women that do not want to wear it,
In America, you have the choice to wear whatever you want.
and that's
Men
the
are wearing
thing.
dresses. It's
But
crazy.
that's the thing. And if they're coming in with their own laws saying, the women have to wear these burqas, UK and other nations in Europe is saying, hey, nah, man, we want to protect these women, because there are many women that feel like, hey, I don't I don't want to wear the burqa. Sometimes they
They
feel
have that
like I
right
want
in
to wear it.
America.
Sometimes they feel like they don't want to wear it.
They have
But
that American given right.
you know what I'm saying? What you think? What you think about
No,
that?
no, they're
That
definitely
that that
bringing
subject. What you think?
no, I'm definitely against them bringing their rules and conditions not only to America but trying to enforce it all over the world. Because, as you stated, we have the right to wear what we want in America. The women when they come here, they should not feel forced because you're in the land of the freedom. Stop
Hmm.
stop forcing your rules and regulations onto
Right.
people on American soil. That's
Hmm.
not just going to work well over here.
No, it's not going to go well at all. It's not going to go well at
What my
all.
little stance on that?
Yeah, that. I just really don't understand why they be doing that.
They're they have that dictator mindset. So they're just used to forcing their people into to living a
What's up,
certain
Alex?
way.
What's up, Jones Zimmerman? What's happening? Salute to you guys. Let's go.
Salute,
Check this
salute.
out about Biden real quick. I want you to look about how Biden then tricked my black people. And it's so amazing to me. I just want you to take the emotion out of it and check this clip out real quick. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the public.
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country. That's why are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the public.
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country. That's why the Democrats are dropping the blacks and moving on to the Hispanics, because they're a larger group of Hispanics now. But
The reason people are concerned about the words they use, the reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves.
See that?
Damn.
And that's the first time.
Damn.
I'm not really a fan of her work, but that was the first time she was saying some real shit.
What you said?
And so I'm not really a fan of her work, but that was the first time she was really saying some real shit.
Hey, that's all. I just listen. No, I'm saying all I'm saying is I'm just showing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a new fight going on right now.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Huh? There's a new fight going on. You have all of these people attempting to come in, and I love the caption of Democrats hijacked civil rights. These people are unbelievable. The Democrats hijacked civil rights. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But check this out. Let me show you this about Biden.
I understand you don't want to call it a crisis from the podium, but what do you say to Border Patrol agents at the border, especially those within the union, who are calling it a crisis and who are saying that they're overworked and there's just too many encounters day in and day out?
We are saying that we recognize that incumbent upon us in this administration is to continue to work day and night to expedite the process of ensuring there are the resources and processes in place to move children from the Border Patrol facilities to the shelter.
Time will tell if Democrats are ready for this, because you have a White House that is wanting to say that there's not a crisis at the border, but the numbers don't lie. You have a number of unaccompanied minors that are that are coming to the border, that are being held in facilities that even progressive Democrats are pointing to and saying that that's what we call humane. There's a problem there. You also, of course, have a Democratic conference that has been really stuck on the issue of immigration. Time and time again, they've tried to do this. They have this big bill now that's sitting in the Senate, it seems, and sitting in Congress. It seems as though it's going to have to be broken up. So there are just, I think, a lot of different unanswered questions on this, and there's a real big problem at the border that's continuing to brew.
The deporter-in-chief removing more than 3 million people during the Biden Obama administration. Trump campaigned on build that wall. I did. No, the Obama-Biden administration. Trump campaigned on build that wall. Are you willing to tear that wall down?
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
It's adopting a harder stance on immigration.
The Biden administration is moving ahead with plans to build a section of the border wall and resuming deportations of Venezuelan migrants. CBS News correspondent Willie James Inman has details from Washington.
President Biden is receiving criticism from political opponents, calling him a hypocrite after the administration announced it would build a section of border wall.
I understand.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yo, that's too funny. Biden was telling everybody, slick talking, hey, black people, I'm your man. Obama picked me. I'm your man. Black people, you are not black if you vote for Trump. Crisis? What crisis? This guy, Trump, is a loony bin. What crisis? What crisis? This is what he was saying for years. And then at the end of it, Biden is like, yeah, I have to build the wall, blah, 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 blah. Look at the trickery. Calling you racist if you wanted to build the wall. Like I said, Donald Trump campaigned on build the wall. And then when they got around the black people was like, what? Oh no, they got to go. They got to go. Trump changed it to mass deportation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts, man, on that?
Hey, I'm all for deporting illegals, whether it's from Honduras, Mexico, Haiti, Spain. So,
I mean, you think
Biden's a flip flopper, man. He just goes with whatever sounds good because he's trying to get that popular vote. So he's just really trying to con the people. But I don't believe anything Papa Joe says.
Yeah. So I wanted to let me see. I wanted to switch over to throw the football over to you, and I want you to tell me what was going on with Hassan Campbell, and take it from there. Reaper said Trump's the boss, best president we have had in almost a century, and that's absolutely 100% correct. Point blank, period.
The stats. I'm saying, I seen a segment this week where Mano bumped into Troy Ave. Troy Ave was holding his baby, so they kind of just exchanged words, and it looked like it was very cordial. They both were being polite. I mean, there was no animosity. So Troy Ave reshared the post, and he was like, this is how two grown men. I forgot what it said, but he's like, this is two grown men that bump into each other. I mean, and it was all love. Like he was praising how they both kept it cordial. And then Hassan Campbell came out with his negativity, and he was just bashing not only Troy Ave, he was trying to throw smut on Mano name, like Mano was supposed to slap a man standing there with a child in his hand, despite the dispute and beef they had over the tax stone situation. Is like he promotes like he's his Lord and Savior and an advocate for the youth, but like you're always promoting negativity and ignorance and violence.
Right.
And not only that, about a week or two before that, I mean, shout out to Loki Smoola, Death Row East, Death Row Records in the building. I mean, him and Hassan Campbell been getting into it because Loki Smoola, Crip nigga from Brooklyn, he an upcoming rapper. He had a situation where his child was killed, and Hassan Campbell tried to portray a image like he used his child as a shield for the bullets, and like for you to even try to throw that narrative and story out there, like how negative are you? Like you weren't there. You wasn't there to take the police report. So how can you give the details of a shooting? So it's like, yo, bruh, you over here. Where was that negativity when
And he took. So you're saying that he basically flipped on. So Mano had an issue with Tech Stone. You saying right?
I said they was at a boxing match and Mano was walking by and he seen Troy. Troy just had a newborn baby, so he got the baby in his hand. So Mano came through. He showed love. I mean, they kept it real short, but it was cordial. I mean, so it's like, how can you be against something like that? Two black men
Yeah.
coming together in harmony instead of, oh, I see you, so it's on site. That's what got everybody in the situation that they're in now.
So what is Hassan Campbell preaching right now? Like you just said, he's preaching like
He's
he
preaching
should have
hate,
got right at him. He's saying Mano
basically.
but is that because Hassan Campbell has an issue with Mano
Hassan Campbell has an issue with Troy Ave.
and Mano, right? Wasn't they going back and forth at one point?
I think they made up. I mean,
Okay, I don't know. I'm asking.
I really don't. I don't stay up to date with the Hassan Campbell politics because I don't really fuck with him. But his name does pop up every now and then. I'm just like, damn, bro. Like I remember you as a nigga that a grown man put his pee-pee in your butt. Why are you so aggressive? Go be aggressive with the niggas that took advantage of you.
Like, yeah, but he took pictures with him, right?
Man, that was his big homie. Big Zulu Nation.
He took pictures with him even after the fact.
You're weirdo.
Is that's correct? That's accurate?
I can't even tell you. I don't follow with him. On behalf of Scott LaRock Jr., I fell back from bashing him. Anytime my nigga Scott tell me, chill a little bit, cuz. I'm like, I got you, big bro. I got you, blood. So that's the only reason why I ain't really been an advocate of staying on his neck, keeping a foot on his ass. My nigga Scott LaRock Jr. had a personal request that told me stop bashing niggas. So I'm like, out of respect for you, I got you.
Yeah, Hassan Campbell, man, that dude been, causing a lot of controversy in the hood, and some say he, might be running around with the boys. I don't know, like, why he's, if he's protected like that, I don't know. What you think about that?
Man, an informant that they want to keep confidential will always be confidential, and you'll never know until they want to expose their paperwork that they're a paid informant. And I've been a part of a federal. They attempted to have me as a witness on a big federal case in 2012. So I know people are getting paid for information. They're getting direct deposit on a debit card for information. So yeah, this motherfucker could be acting as if he's an advocate, but then be giving information to the outfield boys. Ain't no telling with these motherfuckers. I mean, he one of them dudes that done dropped his flag. And speaking of this drop your flag challenge, how you feel about everybody talking about fuck the streets?
What's that?
How you feel about everybody talking about fuck the streets? What's your stance on that?
I think that's a good slogan. I mean, how do you mean? Like, get out of the streets? That's how they saying it?
They're not even promoting getting out of the streets. They're just saying fuck the streets. Like, they're basically saying they're abandoning the streets and they're just living a lifestyle of a civilian. But like, how can certain people in certain positions say fuck the streets when so many of them are the reason why a lot of people are stuck in the streets? You can't just say fuck the streets and just leave everybody stuck in the streets. Like, you got to continue providing opportunities and ways to get out the streets. Don't just leave the streets alone. Not when you became rich and famous of promoting shit that goes on in the streets. You can't say fuck the streets now. Like, you're an advocate for the streets. So it's like, fuck the streets.
And they're not even doing anything really. It's
and I get it. Fuck the activity that's going to get you in a situation where you lose your life or you end up in jail. But it's like, the streets is what made us. That's what got us with this mentality. That's what makes us more different from the niggas in the hood, because we're a little bit more educated. But guess what? We're still from the streets. We still know what the struggle's like, how to get out the struggle, how to create opportunities. Like, we can't say fuck the streets, man. We can't say fuck the streets.
How they saying? So if people want to get out the life and go live a civilian life, I don't see anything wrong with people wanting to change their lifestyle.
Nope, nope. I'm all advocating for that. But it's like you're saying fuck the streets, but you're still talking street shit.
Mhm.
You're still rapping about spinning the
Yeah, I
block.
get that.
You're still rapping about slaying drugs, but you're saying fuck the streets.
Yeah.
If that's the case, go rap about learning a trade. Go rap about starting a business. Go rap about obtaining a college degree. Go rap about more positive shit. Stop still talking about spinning the block when you're saying fuck the streets.
Yeah.
If that's the case, leave the streets alone and stop capitalizing off the streets.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, a lot of people reach a certain age where they feel like, yeah, the street life is not for them. They've grown, they matured, whatever they want to, they classify themselves as cool. I get that. But those are the people that's moving on with their life. They're not still talking about street shit every day. They're talking about their family every day. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not against that.
Mm. Yeah, Mano, man. Yeah, I seen Mano and Troy Ave. I seen that. I thought that was a good thing.
Mm-hmm,
You know, I don't. You know, I thought that was a good thing when I seen that. You know, it's like, come on, man. It's like,
it was beautiful for the culture, man.
yeah, man. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even worth it. You know, and if people have a real problem, like, you know, take care of it like men and step into the square. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, man. People need to get back to that, man. You know, I know, as men, we have a little bit of tension, but you know how that is, you know. You know, if you have a issue with somebody, hey, man, to make it run more smooth, hey, man, just step into the square, get it all out, get the animosity out, man.
If you say fuck the streets, you can no longer go and just, and I'm assuming maybe some people may still respect it, but you can't just go into gang infested communities and politics with the power rules and the key ways, because you're no longer you no longer have that affiliation.
Yeah.
So like if you
turn to
disown them, they're
civilian.
gonna disown you. Yeah. So it's like, how you, man, I just feel like they're going about it all wrong. Because G Herbo said something. This really started with 21 Savage. And they should have been saying fuck the streets, because they've been fucking the streets for a long time. Future, he should have been said fuck the streets a long time, because bro, you're rapping about the shit that you're not even doing.
Future he's saying that too.
Yeah, and one thing about Future, I don't like about Future, because he raps about taking pills where he doesn't take pills.
Oh,
so
word?
He's promoting he promotes drugs and poison to the youth where he's not even living that life.
He used to take it though, right?
He never. He came out in an interview, said he never did drugs. That was never his thing. He had a whole song called Percocets. And then his brother got arrested like a month ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, got caught with a couple bricks of fentanyl. So not only are you lying to the youth, you're selling this shit to the youth. And I can't condone that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you, man. It's just a lot of double-sidedness going on. And and I'm not, a lot of people are not coming into the hood, and they don't even gotta come into the hood, like just, create programs. You see, that, there's a lot of misfortune going on within, around the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, might as well, if because these are the people you constantly campaigning to whenever you want to put out a project. You come into, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that'd be a good look, a good start. But Future saying F the streets, I didn't know that. I didn't know Future was talking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's still making the music he's doing, and he not, like I said, creating programs. I don't know if Future is creating programs, anything for the youth, or but that's not
they
a
just
good
gave
practice.
they just gave NBA YoungBoy the key of the city of Atlanta to him, instead of all these artists from Atlanta. So that means they're not doing anything for their own city.
They gave the key to the city to NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people's against that, but you don't. If they're giving the key to the city to somebody, that means they're putting money into government programs, doing shit for the community. So it's like, don't be against that. Do more. That's where you're from.
Well, I guess if they gave it to Diddy,
That's crazy. They took that key back.
What's that?
I said they took that key back from that nigga.
What's that?
They took that key. They took the key back from Diddy.
Oh yeah, I know. They gave it to your boy Fat Jitto.
Crazy.
What you think about Fat Joe, man? I was just listening to Fat Joe. I wasn't listening to him, but I was on a live stream, and I was listening to him talk about Young Buck because I was, talking about Young Buck. This dude still on there on his podcast with Jada talking about nigga this, nigga that, nigga this. What you think about that, bro? Like, I mean, people telling you is insulting, like just the way, what you think about that?
Now, I've had personal conversations with people that know Young Buck over a decade ago. I've always been an advocate of Young Buck way before the situation he had with the tranny, but up until my peoples told me certain things he was doing, that's when I really kind of stopped fucking with Buck.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
tried
me
to
too.
attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they try to throw smart on Buck's name like Buck is not a real
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
Like, Buck is a real nigga. Like, for those that
Like, you
know
won't
Buck
get to it, right?
personally, yeah, you can't deny like he's a down for whatever type of nigga.
Mhm.
Now, Fat Joe is very comical. He's an entertainer.
Mhm.
He raps, he sings, he dances, he does it all. That's his job, to entertain the people. So when he came out with this Young Buck story, it was somewhat believable, but at the same time, we know he be doing shit for clout, lying for clout. So it's like, if you are lying about the situation, you're a weirdo. And I seen Jada Kiss in the back giggling, looking like a hyena, but Jada Kiss wasn't laughing when Styles P got knocked out in Detroit by Trick Peoples.
Mm.
So it's like, why are we still promoting this negativity when we should be using our outlets to inspire people, help people, put people on in a better way? Like, you come out the blue with this random Young Buck story, like you're being a G Unit groupie. I get it, Yayo and Uncle Murder's up there, but you're being a G Unit groupie.
Yeah, he is.
Shout
he
out
is.
to Yayo, shout out to
He
Murder.
is.
I like everything they got going on, but he was acting like a goddamn groupie. Like, hey, I beat up one of your ex homeboys, your rival now. Like, you just looking for cool points, my nigga. That's not cool, my
Yeah.
nigga. That's not cool. Like, ain't nobody talking
Yeah,
shit.
you gonna say that on a podcast in front of everybody? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's something that you would discuss with them behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, some inside type joke. Behind the scenes. I know that it caught Tony Ayo enough off guard. That's why he was like, "Yo, say it. What you gonna say? Say it then." Now you gonna just put it out there. He gonna be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing." And then you say like, then he like, "Yeah, this nigga." Then he like, "Yo, yeah." I'm like, "Yo, this dude, yo, bro." I'm like, I ain't listen, man. TA on his head right now. I used to rap with TA, man. You know what I'm saying? Like TA, TA is super nice, super dope. Pause. And TA suing them for like what, 20 million? Anyway, Fat Joe, man, he got some issues going on right now, bro.
Yeah. His music ain't moving like it used to. I mean, he had his little run, so now you got to figure out something else to do with his time. And he had a nice little run. Like, when he hooked up with Khalid and he went to Miami and Florida, not even Miami, just Florida was running the music game. Because Florida had a nice 5-10 year run from Flo Rida to T-Pain to Pitbull. Like, Florida had an all-star lineup. So, like, he had a nice little run. So, like, now that his run is no more, he got to go sit down and talk shit. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, he I was just looking at him, I'm like, yo, this dude, I was like, yo, this dude is tripping, bro. The way I'm like, yo, wow, people watching that, like he wanted to create a viral moment with G Unit in the building. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy, bro. And you would talk about Young Buck like that, right? That was crazy, bro. Just for him to just come out of nowhere with that, like, and it wasn't even a like. That's crazy. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, bro, if this dude was just straight lied like that, bro, like just
It makes me question how many more of his other stories are capped.
yo, if this dude just straight lied like that, bro, bruh,
The whole game is weak, bro.
really, man.
And there's a lot of these non-affiliates saying fuck the streets. I get it. You're not really tied to anything, so you can just abandon the streets and go about your ways. But like where I come from, I have responsibilities. I have obligations to the hood, so I can't just say fuck the streets because the streets is looking for me to be able to bring them out the hole and provide opportunities, which is what I'm doing. I mean, I've worked with nonprofits. I've worked with hospitals in the local community to try to keep kids out the streets and create programs and have incentives to give people. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't just say fuck the streets when you're in that position to do more for the streets. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
It just
yeah,
don't.
that's crazy. And then Future, about I bet you Future gonna drop another album soon. Yo, these dude. Yo, so who was it? It was a dude from the West Coast, right? Was it a dude from the West Coast that started that that hashtag, or he did a video
Uh,
about it or something like that?
which one? Talking about the drop your flag shit?
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. So I had it mixed up.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
That was Hogan's
I had
first
it
fit. He
mixed up.
started that shit.
I see. I don't. All right. So I don't know where that. I don't know where that hashtag came from. Then.
Which one? The fuck the streets?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I want to say that came from 21 Savage because 21 Savage sat down with Big Bang and they talked about a lot of shit going on Atlanta. He kind of made, I want to say he made Young Thug and Gunna squash their beef. Like one thing about 21 Savage, he got a lot of pull with them niggas in Atlanta. I mean, he may be a British nigga, but like they kind of respect him in Atlanta. They respect Young Nudie. They respect, unfortunately, they respect Young Thugalicious. But nah, he was basically getting niggas to squash their long time beef, and then all
So
of a sudden he
Gunna and
was like, "Fuck the streets."
Gunna and Young Thug squashed it.
I guess so.
I mean, I guess he had to because the industry turned on Thug.
Yeah, they did.
He's
They
done.
ran with
And
Gunna.
Thug is done.
Yeah.
He's done, bro. He can't
They
come back from that.
They running with Gunna. They running with the snitch gang.
He can't run. He can't come back from it. So he is the snitch. He might as well. He more.
Gunna snitch.
He
Lil
he
Woody
done it.
snitch.
He went
Young
back,
Thug
man. He went
snitch.
back.
A whole bunch of other niggas in that YSL case snitch. A lot of these niggas snitched.
That nigga ran back. That nigga Gunna, man. He ran back to Gunna, man. You saw that onslaught what the internet did to this dude.
He got
Thug,
time
bro.
served for a RICO
Huh?
while K Flock got 300 months. Come on. Because K Flock beat his murder case, but then got sentenced 300 months for that RICO.
You said he got 300 months?
Yep. He beat the homicide case in self-defense, but then he was still fighting a RICO, and they gave him 25 years. Shit wicked. Shout out to K Flock, man. Free that boy. You live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Yo, that's crazy. They caught this dude, Young Thug, on a. They got this. It's not. I was about to say a wiretap. They got this dude. Dude, you on the prison phone, bro. What are you?
No fucks given.
Huh?
No fucks given.
I remember when he was in there. I really thought that he was had some remorse. I thought that he was gonna. I really thought because you wasn't hearing from him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, everybody turning on him. I'm like, yo, this dude got remorse, and I'm like, damn, if he come out, bro, if this dude really come out, this dude probably gonna be Mother Teresa if he come out. I thought
the whole time he pillow talking about everybody.
Damn.
Shit crazy.
I mean, I guess he's still out there, touring and all that. I guess Young Thug.
People gonna support who they support. Motherfuckers don't stop because motherfucker told on somebody.
Yeah.
That's the era we live in.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. You think that Thugger is gonna be able to come back at some point?
I hope not.
Yo, it's ridiculous with these dudes, bro. Yo, these dudes.
I hope all these weirdos lose their opportunities. But it's impossible because the system, the gatekeepers, they're all weirdos. They're only gonna fuck with those willing to play by their rules. And these people have proven they're willing to play by their rules, whether it is dressed like this or have this type of persona. Like, they give no fucks. They give no fucks. And that aspect is not fuck the streets, fuck these new age street niggas. Cause they got no respect for the game. They got no respect for the rules of the game. That's how I feel about it. Shit crazy. Motherfuckers selling their soul.
Thinking about the Somalis' responses to being caught, right? To being caught. The arrogance. Ilhan Omar, what does she say? Basically, what are you going to do about it? We're here now. You're stuck with us. We're an American. You know what? I guess they don't know that we can actually take back all that paperwork and put them out. And we really, really need to put them out because this is a hostile population, a hostile population within our borders. And not just the Somalis, because look at Dearborn, Michigan. Look at these populations of people that are spread out in different.
I'm laughing because the black females are starting to wake up a lot, bro. The black male's been up already for a little while now. We just been suppressed, in this whole media thing, but
areas around our country that absolutely despise us. Look at the Afghanistan people, right? So what are we doing? Because we're playing games if we're not actually serious about putting these people out, or are we going to turn into the next England, France, Italy, Germany?
Damn. They are tight right now, bro. Huh?
Yeah, these Somalians, they're out of control.
They out of control. That is the word, bro. They are out of control right now, bro.
And ain't no telling how many of them was granted citizenship just for them to be able to milk their insurance. I mean, like, hey, they go get 30 people. Hey, I'll grant you citizenship, but you gotta let me run up your insurance. Just keep your mouth quiet. Don't ever say nothing. And guess what? You can come to America and you can live for free. I'll get you government housing and give you food stamps, but you gotta let me run up your medical. You gotta let me do this. And then they just continue to trend in the cycle. And that's how they bring more and more people over here and we grant them asylum. And then boom, we got thousands of people voting to get them into office. Now they control the federal budget. They're working the system from within. They're not stupid people. The Africans are the greatest scammers of the world. They'll convince a bitch to marry him from all across the world and get a green card. They're treacherous.
It's like, You would think like they would have the audacity. You just wouldn't think that they would just like you just wouldn't think they would do it for some reason. I don't know. It's like
Nah, they're
you
here.
just you just
They're here with an
expect them to be,
agenda.
upstanding, upstanding moral. You just and moral. You just wouldn't really expect that. Like we like, damn, bro. You Africans trying to super thug and all that. What's up with all that, man?
No fucks given. Crazy out here.
Huh?
It's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yo, it is going on right now, bro. It's happening.
Yeah.
It is happening, bro. People are being removed. It is, yo, ICE is being, man, it is, yo, bro, it is happening. Dudes kidnapped 2 ICE agents like a few months ago. It's like mayhem going on in these streets right now, man. Yo, bro,
It's crazy.
yo, bro. They kidnapped them and let them, and then after a while, let them go and all that.
That's crazy. Yeah, those people they need to be prosecuted, and they're usually of some immigrant descent. Go watch their whole family and deport everybody.
What's that? Of whose descent?
Mostly, if anybody's kidnapped an ICE agent, they're probably of some immigrant descent, and that's the reason why they're against the agency doing their job. So yeah, go now, watch their family and deport anybody who's illegal.
Be in awe of this woman. Death, your right to say it. That's real. Find ourselves in a place where many European countries and countries like Australia have found themselves. Countries where you can get arrested for praying silently on the street corner, as has happened in the UK. Countries where you can be arrested for putting up a social media post that someone finds offensive somewhere. The threats from this Islamist ideology come in many forms. As we approach Christmas right now in Germany, they are canceling Christmas markets because of this threat. In places like Dearborn, Michigan, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, Islamist clerics are openly pushing this Islamist ideology, trying to recruit and radicalize young people. Earlier this year, there was a conference that was held representing organizations like the Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CARE, which issued a call to action to use American legal and political systems to implement Sharia law. This is already underway in places. This is already underway in places like Houston. This is not something that may possibly happen. It is already happening here within our borders. Paterson, New Jersey is proud to call themselves the first Muslim city. They are working to implement in their own governments these Islamic principles that are forced on people through the use of laws or violence. The bottom line is this: when we talk about the threat of Islamism, this political ideology, there is no such thing as individual freedom or liberty. As Charlie said over and over again, it is fundamentally incompatible with our nation's foundation of freedom. Using more.
Bro.
Yeah.
What you think, bro?
That just made me think of I think Nicki Minaj sat down with Charlie Kirk's wife, and then she was just praising Trump on everything he's doing.
Who sat down with who?
But Charlie Kirk's wife.
Sat down with who?
Nicki Minaj.
She did?
Yeah, I seen the clip earlier.
What?
And I'm like, yeah, that was dope. I wasn't expecting that from Nikki. Because Nikki was an advocate of the Democrats.
Oh yeah, so Nikki getting plugged in.
Nikki getting
plugged in.
Yeah, she was saying
Nikki
I seen her
plugged
speaking
in,
on
bro.
the
Know what I mean?
United
She plugged
Nations
in
of
right
it.
now. Know what I'm
She's
saying?
doing her thing. Respect her for that one.
Nikki plugged in. And I hear that yeah, Nikki plugged in. I hear Nikki trying to get a pardon and all that for her husband and all that.
That's exactly what she's doing.
Hey man, she definitely hitting it out the ballpark then.
Yeah.
Huh?
She love her husband pedophile.
She definitely, and they like, oh, you need him to come home. I got just the plan for you. No, all right. I need you to do this, that. They got, you know what I mean? And
that's a fact.
we need the help on this side anyway, man. Forget that, man, because you know what I mean. Like these Democrats got these people going wild, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah. Shit crazy how shit works.
Huh?
It's crazy how shit works.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's too funny, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man, it's cool. It's all right. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, a lot of people are waking up now, and I really am, man. You're seeing it all across the board, man. People are waking up. It's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Yeah. About damn time. Tired of being the only woke nigga out here. Now, one thing I want to see Trump do, reopen the investigation of 9/11.
We protect our Constitution by ensuring loyalty to the Constitution. We protect our democratic republic by ensuring that we, the people, elect leaders who not only believe in American values, but actually...
Look, she's telling them, bro, they about to change these laws up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this can make it hard. This can make it much easier for us to fall back, you know, when it's time for these laws to get made. You know, we won't put up any resistance on them.
Actually live them. Leaders who are committed to ensuring that we have a government of, by, and for the people, and leaders who most importantly put freedom and the interests and well-being of the American people first in every single decision that they make. You know, one of the things that Charlie and I talked most often about was peace. This was the top.
Yeah, but showing that, I wanted to show how, you know, these laws are about to get changed up really fast. You know, it's about to change. They're gonna be like, no, but the Constitution to say this and this it. They're gonna wake up one day, that law is gonna be passed. It's been amended. It's been changed.
Yep, it's over with.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get on up out of here. Appreciate you all for stopping by. All who's gonna come on in, smack that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Revolutionary Cuz channel. And see you tomorrow at 9. I love you all except for the ones I don't. Peace.
Peace.